All right, guys, welcome to the James River here in beautiful southwest Missouri. It is late February, air temps are about 45, and we've got some water safety concerns when we float like this, and I want to talk about this today and give you a few things that I carry on my raft just in case somebody goes in, because hypothermia sets in quick. We're not going to go into the details of that, but I'm going to give you 3 things that could potentially save your life. So the first thing you need to carry is some sort of device that you can start a fire with. So in this case, I have a waterproof thing of matches that these are special matches. I'm not sure the company, but they burn for a long time. It's got a striker on the inside and out and some cloth inside to help you light a fire. So you want to have these. First and foremost, you want to have a dry bag. So I keep a dry bag with sweatpants, wool socks, and a sweatshirt in here. That way, if somebody falls in, you strip your wet clothes off, put the warm ones on, get out, start a fire, get warmed up, and then get to safety. Guys, the next most important thing, this is the most important thing, is a life jacket. I know that even myself personally, in my younger years, wouldn't wear a life jacket floating the river. I can swim well, but guys, a life jacket is something you must always wear when you're floating the river, whether it's warm or cold. Onyx makes some really great life jackets. These jackets are the type I wear out here because, number one, they have a spot to put a knife, which is another good tool to have in case you get your legs stuck in string or something under the water, or even if you need to pop your raft because it's pinning you against a tree. They make a really nice jacket. You wouldn't want to wear the type that have the PDF inflators inside because if you fall in, you know, it's not the end of the world and it's going to inflate. Your life jacket's going to be inflated the rest of the day. So get a foam jacket like this that doesn't just inflate and deflate. All right, guys, so those are 3 things that you need to be having on your raft anytime you're floating the river, anytime, but especially when it's cold. Come along with us, see if we can catch some fish. Little river spot. These spotted bass are starting to come up into the James. We used to never catch them, but since I moved back here in the last couple of years, I've been catching some spotted bass. But they're coming up from the lake. They'll be dominating this river not too long. All right, guys, so we're out here, you know, floating now. I gave you some tips on some stuff that you might want to carry in your raft. Some things you need to watch out for when you're fishing a river. When you start coming into a drift, you want to watch for obviously hard turns, 90-degree turns, hairpin turns, because a lot of times logs get pushed into those turns. So you want to make sure you look for a plan. If you get into a spot where you hear a lot of water moving and you've never floated that spot and you have the opportunity to pull off on a gravel bank, it might be smart to go ahead and pull off on the gravel banks. Another thing is, you know, watch things that are sticking up. You never have anything sticking up. If you're a fisherman, don't have your rods. A lot of kayakers will put their rods back here. I know whenever I had a buddy come out, he was used to kayaking, he put his rods like that and lost a few rods. So make sure your rods are laid down sideways with the tips pointing back, and then you know, have fun, but just be safe out here, especially when the water's cold. We've still got ice forming on the bank, but the big smallmouth are biting, so we're out here. I'll give you guys a few more tips and tricks along the way, but we've got a good spot up here ahead of us to kind of show you what to do and what not to do, and this is a good gravel bank that you could pull off of and scout your location. Guys, another thing, you know, to pay attention for is where the homes are located along the river, especially if it's a desolate river. If you fell in right here, that house may be your saving grace. So pay attention where the homes are, and if you get in trouble, look for houses. All right, guys, so we got our last little home stretch here, and the thing I love about this last stretch is it gets pretty deep, and you got some good chunk rock. Oh, yep. Right on time. Oh, and it's a good one. Oh, it's a good one. All right, guys, so these fish this size, you know, it's anywhere from 4 to 6 years old. So you got to catch and release these guys when you catch these big ones. We're going to let her go. Not much handling. Swim away. That's it. Well, guys, this is a quick float. About a 1-hour float for paddling, but I've been anchoring down, taking my time. I picked up this RK50. And in the red, I think it's a red crawl. Nope. And you know, got out kind of in the mid lake, and I threw up current and just cranked it down and wham. And we had her on the back hook, no net. which always makes it fun. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed these safety tips on the river, and hopefully it keeps you safe out there. I know my hands are freezing from touching that water, so be safe, wear your Onyx life jackets, and stay tuned for more.